This right here is my basement. And for the last 2 years, I've been working on this basement, making it a complete mess. And I've been wondering what I'm gonna do with it this whole time. So in this video, I am gonna show you my transformation of this basement. And this is the very beginning. I'm gonna make this into a home gym. We have this horrible carpet on the ground that's stained and a mess. And I'm gonna rip that up. The first thing I'm gonna do is what I've seen from another YouTube video. So I'm gonna cut a section out here and pull this out so that'll give me enough edge to just lift this carpet up and roll it out. That actually worked. All right, so I'm gonna step back and rip this off so you guys can see the whole thing. This is gonna be cool. By the way, I know this is nasty, but this is the stain, pretty big. This is why this carpet has to go. This stain is not coming out. So we got a nice foam piece here. Not sure how that comes out, but we'll get it out. I'm gonna roll this carpet back out and then I'm gonna cut it into sections so that I can roll it up a little bit easier and smaller for like trash pickup. This actually isn't that hard. So now we have an echo in here because the carpet was absorbing the sound. We got the carpet up, we got the foam up, you guys just watched me do that. Now we have these tack strips and I have no idea how to get these off yet, and wow, I just poked my finger. So we're gonna have to figure that out and I'll show you what I come up with. We have a hammer and we have a flathead screwdriver. I'm gonna put this on underneath the tack strip and just hammer it out, and it's gonna pop those nails up. Go ahead and do that around the whole way because trust me, you guys are not going to want to see that. It's super boring, and I will check back with you. So I just finished doing the entire tack strip. So this is everything right here, and you got to be careful. Highly recommend wearing gloves because there's nails on both sides of this. Probably took me 10 minutes to do all of this. Now there are little tiny holes where it was, if I can zoom in on one of these. So it kind of damaged it a little bit, but I don't think it's anything that's going to be a big deal. Okay, so now I'm going to take a dustpan, go all the way across, dust all that off, and then take a vacuum cleaner to it too. And then we'll be going over which color rubber mats I'm going with, and then that should also absorb a lot of this echo better than carpet, I believe. We actually just ended up getting in our samples here. My wife's here with me, and I'm going to show you for the first time, because we actually didn't see any of these yet, what these samples of the flooring looks like. Wow, so it looks like they gave us a couple different thicknesses. So right off the bat, I'm pretty sure that I didn't order this one. We have the gray. This looks like this is a gray. It looks like they had white in the sample online, but I don't see white. I don't think they sent me the right ones. And then we have the red. This looks pretty cool. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I like that one.
You like this one?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I definitely didn't order these. So I ordered like a light gray, like a little bit of gray flake. And then I also ordered this one. I did order this one. And then this was supposed to have white in there too, but all I see is gray. Kind of confused, but if we lay all these down together, I would say that I probably like this one the best because I do like the white flake in there. Maybe if this one had white, but what do you think?
I agree.
This one?
Yes.
All right, so looks like we're probably gonna end up going with this one. I'm gonna get that ordered and then I'll update you guys whenever we get that in. So I'm not sure what happened whenever we ordered those samples, but they came in completely wrong. And when we went to go order the one that we wanted, it was like $500 for the shipping. So we just changed our mind and started looking around somewhere else. And we came across Lowe's website and we ended up getting the product cheaper in the design that we wanted. So we just went with the regular gray flake with the black, and we ended up saving $500 on shipping. So that was the whole point of doing this ourselves. We just wanted to like DIY it, save some money. Finally just got this delivered. This ended up showing up on a pallet and it weighs like 600 pounds. So super heavy. I was able to actually put it on a dolly and then put a bungee cord around here. Actually my bungee cord right here. And I just bungeed it around and wheeled it inside because each one was like roughly 200 pounds a piece. It was actually pretty heavy. Couldn't just put it under my arm and carry it. So you're supposed to open these up up and let them sit out for 48 hours to just conform layout before you start cutting anything. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Open these up, roll them out. All right, so I just unraveled it. Pretty easy to do. It actually seemed a little bit easier once I stood it up. It says this side down, so we're gonna put this side on the ground. I'm not sure what the difference is, but dang, look at this. That looks so good. I'm trying to get an angle. It's just a gray and a black flake. This looks so good. I'm definitely really happy with this. All right, so I'm gonna lay this down. I'm gonna roll it out, then we're gonna do the same thing for all of those. All right, so right off the bat, I just want to say don't do what I did, which was drag it. And you can see a streak on the bottom. I don't know if you can kind of tell, but if this was the top, it was like starting to peel a little bit. And then I just kind of let it fly out. It makes black marks on the wall. And then it just started rolling on its own. Couldn't really even catch it. Black mark. Be expected to just touch some stuff up. All right, and this is something that I just noticed. It says to lay it out 48 hours to just take form, but like it looks fine. Like it honestly doesn't even look like it needs to be laid out. It's too long, and it's 15 feet and the room's 14, so it's gonna be some overhang and I have it diagonal, but I mean, it's sitting down pretty nice. I don't know, guess we'll just follow the instructions. So I just ended up cutting this. This is the extra piece now. This is the first piece that we're still on. It was overhanging a little bit onto the hardwood and I wanted it to lay completely flat. So the room is a little over, it's like 13 and a half. So I cut it right at 14. Because I'm gonna be laying it this way. So that'll give me extra room to work with. So I just took a brand new razor and just cut all the way down here. I used a tape measure because I don't have a T-square tool yet, and just Sharpied it. Cut it. Wasn't the best cut, so it's good to have like a practice because it's a little bit choppy, which I'm not gonna be using this part, so it doesn't matter. Still gonna cut it again. I'm gonna do that for the rest of them now so they can lay out, and I actually am gonna let this lay for 2 days. That is an extra piece. At the end, I'm gonna have 4 in that size, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do something else with those, but pretty cool. We'll have a little bit of extra. Just ended up cutting everything down to about 14 feet, and I have 4 extra pieces here, which are about a foot, and I'm completely out of breath because I was trying to move these around so they didn't curl up on any walls just to sit down and lay. And gosh, these things are so heavy. Be careful, don't strain your back. I'm still trying to decide whether I'm gonna let this lay out for 48 hours or not. As of right now, I think I'm going to, but I'll keep you guys updated on that. The next thing I'm gonna do is just lay it out from side to side, get the exact measurement one time, and then just cut that into 4s. But I'm gonna wait for my T-square tool. I'm gonna show you what that is. That should be showing up tomorrow before I cut it, just to make sure the lines are just completely squared off and you're not having a slant or anything crooked. You just wanna pay attention, but this is gonna look amazing. It already just looks great. All right guys, so this is actually the end of the install, and I know that I didn't show any of this. Just wanna let you know that this was actually pretty difficult, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a tour. It looks absolutely fantastic. I'm really happy with it, but I wanted to show you a couple things here, and I am sorry I just cut you off and didn't show you any of the install, but I made a cardboard cutout of that, and then I placed it on the edge and cut around, and that's how I did that. Kind of found out that these lines going all the way down, there's like a little bit of gaps on them, and each piece only goes on the side one way. So if you flip it the other way, the edges aren't going to line up. So you have to figure out which edge lines up and stick to it. So if you can see over here, like I just have a little bit of a cut I had to touch up, and this part was a little bit tricky getting this edge all the way down and also cutting over here. But this is 4 pieces, ended up turning out really good, and I am really happy with it. But stay tuned because I am going to show the next shot of the gym equipment in here and what it looks like. And also where I left off earlier in the video, I don't think it's completely necessary to leave the mats out for 48 hours. They kind of just took form. I used an 8mm in thickness, so I don't think you had to leave them out for 48 hours in order for that to work. But I didn't even use rug tape. I'm going to end up returning all the rug tape. I don't think it's necessary. So 2 tools that I think is absolutely necessary for the job. Number 1 is going to be this T-square. This one is 4 feet long. I highly recommend that you pick yourself up one of these. This is the Marshalltown down, and that's just because you take in, it's going to be your X-Acto blade, your box cutter, but you'll run this down the edge to make sure that it's completely straight. Without that, I think I would have struggled a ton. For this, just to mark a couple things in sections, I used a gold Sharpie so that it would stand out. So this is what it looks like at the end, and this room is a 13.5 by 13.5, but it turned out absolutely amazing. I'm really happy with it. So we did put a squat rack in here. This thing is really nice. Got a Nordic Track treadmill, which fits over here, and we also have a dumbbell rack and a whiteboard so we can write our goals and notes down. I still need to get a bench. I'm still looking around for a good one, and then we still want to put mirrors going all around that wall. So this is a later updated shot that I'm adding to the video, and this is the mirrors that I wanted to show you guys. So I ended up getting 3 4x6 mirrors, and you can see that they do go pretty much from top to bottom, and see the lines there. There are 3 of them. Ended up just finding somebody on Facebook Marketplace to go ahead and do this, and they delivered like a shatterproof backing. The guy ended up delivering them and installing them for me. That was something I was not gonna take on, but it makes the room look so big. Before it was just like closed out, and now you can actually focus on working out and looking at your form and everything. So really happy with how this part turned out. If you guys have any questions, feel free to type them down in the comments and I'll try to answer them the best that I can. Thank you guys for sticking with me with this video. I know this was something a lot different than what I normally post. If you guys would like any of this equipment that I actually have, the squat rack or the dumbbell rack, I'll actually leave a link in the description so you guys can purchase the same thing. But don't be scared to give this a shot yourself. You're gonna save a lot of money on installation. It's not that hard. This was a 13 by 13 room, and everything went according to plan. Turned out really good. My wife and I are actually mind blown with how well this project turned out. So thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe for more, and we'll see you in the next video.